I think that however unfortunate those instances have been, we should not allow it for it to be used to draw a wedge between Africa and China.
They did not want to have many people living together in one flat, so you're right about that. And so they were put in a situation where their instructions which were interpreted as eviction, which were really about social distancing.
One of the Nigerians who was asked to be confined and taken to hospital, shown to be positive, refused to be tested. Got into the hospital, having been positive, and then wanted to leave after a week. And they tried to restrain him, and he bit the nurse, the lady nurse, and assaulted the nurse.
Nigeria on Tuesday condemned as extremely distressing and unacceptable accounts that Nigerian citizens in China had been maltreated because of the coronavirus pandemic. The minister said it appeared that Nigerians were being discriminated against at hotels and restaurants and being stigmatized as supposed carriers of COVID-19. "We saw images of Nigerians in the streets with their possessions, and this was of course extremely distressing for us at home." He said the situation was unacceptable to Nigeria's government and people, and needed immediate action from the Chinese authorities.
The government and our officials there are working closely together. Of course, it didn't help either that one of the Nigerians who was asked to be confined and taken to hospital, shown to be positive, refused to be tested. Got into the hospital, having been positive, and then wanted to leave after a week. And they tried to restrain him, and he bit the nurse, the lady nurse, and assaulted the nurse. Of course, this did not help the situation either. So we are on top of the situation. I have to express our profound gratitude to the ambassador of China here in Nigeria. He acted immediately and reached the most important elements in the Chinese government hierarchy. The reaction of the government has been very, very quick, and so they're now working together as a team. It's unfortunate that the government in Guangdong did not reach out early enough to our authorities, consulate in Guangdong and Shanghai and Beijing. But now that communication has been established, and they're now working together as a team, communicating and letting everybody know that these measures are to assure the safety of the Nigerians as well as everybody in China, and in particular in Guangdong province, where this outbreak originated from.
But this is nothing but racism, and it has to be called as racism, who are just victims like the rest of the world from a virus that emanated from China, where now they are practicing racism against Africans. We must speak out.
Part of the challenge that the authorities faced is that they did not want to have many people living together in one flat, so you're right about that. And so they were put in a situation where their instructions which were interpreted as eviction, which were really about social distancing.
They didn't want me to enter the subway. I had even bought my ticket that was 4 yuan. And by the time I was going to the subway, they stopped me, and then they told me that no foreigner is allowed.
Because they wanted people to live individually and or the right number of people in each flat. So you don't have too much crowding, because you cannot deal with social distancing and you can't deal with the spread of COVID-19 when there's too many people living in one space.
Recently, we have heard stories of mistreatment of Africans in parts of China, especially in Guangzhou. What is your reaction on this matter? What can you tell us about this issue?
It has created a certain impression, and we are very saddened by it. We've been talking to the Chinese about it, and they have explained that it was because there appeared to be a resurgence of the virus, and they were eager to stamp it out. They also admitted that they may have gone beyond bounds a little, for which they're very apologetic. And they had a meeting, the Chinese minister had a meeting with the diplomatic corps, and the matter, it appears, has been resolved. His Excellency, the chairperson, also had a meeting with the ambassador of China, and happily the matter now seems to be resolved.
For those people who are trying to overcook the matter, using this unfortunate situation as a reason to open bigger cracks between China and Africa, what can you really tell them?
I think that however unfortunate those incidents have been, we should not allow it for it to be used to draw a wedge between Africa and China. There's so much that Africa has to learn from China. There's so much that Africa has to gain from China. And sometimes, as people say, misfortunes, good fortune comes disguised as misfortunes. And out of this problem, if properly managed, we can have a stronger relationship with China. And I think it's the benefit of Africa.